Hello. Hello. Hey, Raven. Oh, Ravenclaw, look at the size on you. So, I thought maybe we'd talk about pregnancy with dogs, because I feel like a lot of people get things wrong. There's a bit of misinformation out there. So start off with your girl in season. So they are in season for around 3 weeks. They could potentially be ready for a dog any time in that 3 weeks. But I'd say there's an average time, which is, sorry, I'm just pooping while I'm in here. Yeah, there's an average sort of day or time they're ready, and it's usually around day 11 or 12. And what we say when they're ready is when they're ready to accept the male, which is when they're ovulating. So some people are really good at telling, some people aren't. You'll get the old-fashioned breeders that would just bring the girl day 11 or 12, because that's when dogs are ready and there's no variation in that. And then they'll miss pregnancies. They may have small pregnancies because they've not actually waited until that particular girl is actually ready. So how do you know your girl is ready? Well, usually the swelling subsides a little bit, and nice bit of straw on top of your head, Drives. The swelling subsides a bit and the fluid goes lighter. So it's quite, Raven. It's quite a dark red. And then it'll go lighter to almost pale when they're ready. If you give them a scratch around this area when they're in season, they might arch their tail, curl their tail like that. If you've got another dog, they might try and hump that other dog. If you've got a male as well with you, he'll be really good at letting you know when she's ready, because he would show a lot of interest. He'd be quite stressed that he can't get to her. So that's a good sign. But you need to plan in advance for breeding. Don't just go, oh, she's in season, let's cover it on a whim, because it's a big commitment. Look at breed relevant health tests and make sure your girl has got them, and make sure the male you select has also got them. And then, look at pedigrees. Plan it well in advance, basically, is what I'm saying, for which stud dog you're going to use. Check with the owner of the stud dog that it's all okay. And then go from there. So, you've had her covered, and now hopefully she's pregnant. So what do you do? Well, for the first 3 weeks, which is the first trimester, sorry, Aria was pushing. What are you doing? The leg. What are you doing? You two. It's because they want fusses and kisses, and I just wanted to sit there, but obviously I'm not allowed. The first 3 weeks, nothing really changes, so their diet will stay the same, their exercise will stay the same. And there'll be very, very subtle signs that they are pregnant. So the swelling they've got while they're in season won't go all the way, like it won't go away, like see Raven's is still quite puffy. They might get a little bit of enlargement in the milk bar region. They might be a bit calmer and quieter. And this might be because not all girls are the same. And you might notice they might get a little bit of morning sickness. You might notice they're just quieter in general, not wanting to do as much. maybe a bit cuddlier, maybe a bit more like Aria and Nala want to lick you. Nala do it just in a phantom, but Aria did it when she was pregnant and not before. She'd go under the duvet night time, like nudge up my pyjama legs and just frantically wash my legs. It's really weird. Really weird, Brum Brum. Yes, it's very strange. Very strange. Yeah. So, at the beginning of the second trimester, which is like day 21 to 24, as soon as she's pregnant, you should notice the gums getting paler. So you just literally go like that. A few days before, take a picture is what I do. And then a couple of times over days 21 to 24, I'll just go like that, take another picture and compare. And then you can start introducing a little bit of puppy kibble to the diet. Still keep up with walks. They'll gradually slow down more and more as time goes on. And for me personally, like from when they covered, I don't take them to like places where loads of dogs go. So I wouldn't take them to like the local park, stuff like that. Shows, because the risk of infection that could cause them to abort is high. And then around day 28 to 32 is when people will scan, or most scanners will want to scan. Sometimes I bother with the scan, sometimes I don't. I've never found them to be accurate on counts. And when you got a girl like Raven, who leaves you in no doubt that she's pregnant, what's the point? So you can scan if you want. I don't bother, because also, like with a dog, they come into season so far apart that it's not like you've got to make quick arrangements to go back to the stud dog. Dudley! Dudley! Aria, come on. I know what you were doing. He's neutered. I know you could convince him if you really try your hardest. So yeah, gradually over the time from like week 3 onwards, gradually introduce more and more puppy kibble to the diet. Into the last trimester, like Raven is, they may want like 3 or 4 small meals during the day because they can't consume one large meal because their tummy is so big. So yeah, you just keep everything nice and calm. You keep them comfortable. You keep them as stress-free as possible. And then you just, around a week to 10 days before their due date, and also they're pregnant for 63 days from ovulation. So about 10 days to a week before their due date, set up the whelping box and then encourage them to spend more and more time in there, get them used to being in there, get them used to knowing it's a safe place to be, it's a good place to be, that's the place to have the babies. Buy in all your equipment, and I think that'll be a separate video, so if you of what equipment you can have, what equipment you need. And I'll do that video closer to the time of me actually setting up, because, you know, talking about a whelping box when I haven't got the whelping box set up and stuff is just not great. And everything's sort of stacked and spread out throughout the house. So yeah, anyway, that'll be a separate video of what you need for whelping. But yeah, they're pregnant for 9 weeks. So when you think of it, every week for them is equivalent to a month in a human's pregnancy. Now, obviously, a puppy doesn't come out as developed as a human baby, but she has a lot more of them, so swings and roundabouts. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to leave this here, and I shall see you all soon. Bye.